First of all, I apologize for non-presence, my lord, on first round. Lordship, it's a transfer matter. Impugned transfer order is Annexure P7. Lordship, may kindly peruse the Annexure P1. This is the transfer order dated 8/6/2022. Lordship, by this transfer order, I was transferred from Bhagwanpura Khargone to Bada Malera Chhatarpur.
किस पेज पर है?
लॉर्डशिप पेज 14 पे 24 नंबर पे हमारा और लॉर्डशिप प्राइवेट रिस्पोंडेंट नंबर ये 4 है 4 इनका 11 नंबर पे है, देखें पेज 13 में ये छतरपुर से इनका रॉन भिंड ट्रांसफर हुआ था। माय लॉर्ड, देयर आफ्टर हमने तो अपनी जो ट्रांसफर प्लेस है वहां ज्वाइन कर लिया नेक्स्ट P2 16/6/22 को माय लॉर्ड। देयर आफ्टर लॉर्डशिप रिस्पोंडेंट नंबर 4 प्रेफर्ड रिट पिटीशन चैलेंज द ऑर्डर एंड दिस वाज डिस्पोज्ड ऑफ विद डायरेक्शन लॉर्डशिप दैट इज एट पेज 17 down low. In view of above, this petition is disposed of directing respondent number 1 to consider and decide representation of petitioner within 30 days. Meanwhile, impugned transfer order dated 8/6/2022. Lordship, thereafter, the representation was decided on 1/12/2022. Annexure P4. Lordship, concluding part is there at page 20.
रिजेक्ट कर दिया उनका।
Lordship, reject इस आधार पे किया
8 साल 2 महीने
कि 8 साल 2 माह यहाँ थे और उसके बाद माय लॉर्ड Annexure P5 में काइंडली पेरूज पेज 21 ये 4 नंबर रो पे इनका नाम है, इनको वहां से रिलीव कर दिया गया रॉन भिंड ज्वाइन करने के लिए। लॉर्डशिप, देयर आफ्टर से लॉर्डशिप there is my marriage of my son, so I took leave from 10/1/23 to 6/2/23 lordship. This was sanctioned
16 to 20.
16 to 23 lordship. Lordship, thereafter all of a sudden I received came to knowledge this transfer order 1/2/23 lordship. By this transfer order lordship, I was transferred from Bada Malera Chhatarpur to Dindori. एंड लॉर्डशिप में काइंडली पेरूज ऑन पेज 23 ये 21 नंबर पे इनका नाम है, इनको रॉन भिंड से वापस छतरपुर ट्रांसफर कर लिया।
बताइएगा भाई। आपको बात सुनेंगे, पहले प्रशासन को तो समझना। ये आपके इतने लाडले हैं, आपने 1/12 महीने पहले आपने इनका रिजेक्ट किया रिप्रेजेंटेशन और फिर पेज नंबर 20 पे आप रिप्रेजेंटेशन रिजेक्ट करने का ऑर्डर।
पेज नंबर 25 देख रहे हैं सर।
25 बताइए क्या है?
ये तो हमारा
इनका रिप्रेजेंटेशन है। हम तो पूछ रहे हैं प्राइवेट रिस्पोंडेंट के बारे में, आपके इतने नजदीक क्यों हैं? आपने उनका दिसंबर में 1 दिसंबर को रिप्रेजेंटेशन रिजेक्ट किया और 2 महीने भी नहीं लगे आपको उनको वापस पुनर्स्थापित करने में। देखिएगा
My submission is that I have filed the reply, my lord, and I have joined the transfer.
You may have joined. I'll set aside that joining.
My lord, this is the same order, my lord, जिसमें इसमें भी बिल्कुल यही हुआ, my lord, 4 साल बाद हुआ है, my lord, similar order.
हमें नहीं मालूम, सिमिलर ऑर्डर नहीं लगते हैं।
my lord, इसी ट्रांसफर ऑर्डर
डिसाइड हुआ है,
इसी ऑर्डर में my lord 11 और 12 में ट्रांसफर हुए my lord, सीरियल नंबर में है।
ये रिप्रेजेंटेशन रिजेक्ट किया, ये बताइए कहाँ किस तारीख को रिप्रेजेंटेशन रिजेक्ट हुआ है इनका?
नहीं, इसमें रिप्रेजेंटेशन नहीं हुआ my lord, ये हमारा रिप्रेजेंटेशन my lord उन्होंने 7 महीने बाद जो रिजेक्ट किया।
Whatever it is,
4
your representation was rejected.
Yes.
Now how the facts of this case are similar to this case?
My lord, my submission is that my lord, I have already joined my lord, so no interim order may be passed my lord.
I'm for deciding the petition. Shri Naveen Kumar Salunke, learned counsel for the petitioner. Petitioner is aggrieved of the order dated 1st February 2023, whereby petitioner was transferred to Bada Malera Chhatarpur by the order dated 8/6/2022, in which name of the petitioner appears at serial number 24 in place of the private respondent number 4, whose name appears at serial number 11, who was transferred from Chhatarpur to Ron Bhind. Full stop. Petitioner's submission is that while impugned order, private respondent is brought back to Chhatarpur within 2 months of rejection of his representation by the state government, while order dated 1/12/2022 contained in Annexure P4. Next paragraph. That counsel for the petitioner submits that petitioner was that private respondent against the transfer order dated 8/6/2022 had approached this court by filing WP 14057/2022, which was decided by order dated 4th July 2022, whereby authorities were directed to decide petitioner's representation, and till then orders of status quo were passed. Full stop. Petitioner's representation was decided on 1/12/2022 by the state government, clearly mentioning therein that petitioner had already spent 8 years, 2 months posting in district Chhatarpur, and therefore he had no case to continue in the district of Chhatarpur. Thereafter, while order dated 13/1/2023, the state government relieved the private respondent from Chhatarpur to join at Bhind. Full stop. Since petitioner was on leave to marry his daughter, charge was given to one Srimati Manju Khare. Next pair.
Son. Not daughter, son.
Son kar dijiyega, son. Next pair. Within 17-18 days of rejection of relieving of the petitioner, private respondent, relieving of the private respondent, while Annexure P5, impugned order has come to be passed by the same authority, reinstating the private respondent at Chhatarpur. Full stop. State government is at loss to point out that under what facts and circumstances things had changed drastically within less than 2 months' time to reinstate the private respondent back to the district of Chhatarpur. Full stop. Thus, malafide is writ large and is made out prima facie in the present case. Next para. Doshri, आपका शुभ नाम बताइए?
अखिलेश कुमार सिंह.
Akhilesh Kumar Singh submits that petition. Respondent number 4 has joined back in Chhatarpur, but
बड़ा मलेरा.
Bada Malera, Chhatarpur, but his joining is not sufficient. Full stop. Respondents are required to demonstrate from the record that what were the changed circumstances or what was the extent of administrative exigency which resulted in cancellation of executed transfer of the petitioner who was relieved on 13/1/2023 to join at Bhind.
No, he was not relieved, my lord. He has not joined Bhind, my lord.
ठीक है.
He was on leave, my lord.
दिखा देते हैं. Full stop. Shri Akhilesh Singh submits that in fact respondent number 4 had never joined at Bhind in compliance of order Annexure P5 and he was on leave. Full stop. This further points out that the state government was acting at the dictates of the private respondent. Despite relieving, he was not made to join, and thereafter his transfer while impugned order Annexure P7 is shown from Ron Bhind to Bada Malera Chhatarpur, whereas when he had never joined at Ron Bhind, then he could not have been transferred from Bhind to Bada Malera. Full stop. Thus, in view of such facts, operation of the impugned order dated 1/2/2023 as far as it relates to the petitioner is directed that petitioner will be allowed to continue to work at Bada Malera Chhatarpur and his salary will be accordingly drawn in accordance with law. In the meanwhile, state government shall produce the complete file in which case of the transfer of the petitioner and the private respondent were dealt with.
My lord, my submission is that, my lord, my son is studying class 12, my lord.
हाँ,
If
बहुत
this is
बढ़िया।
mid-session transfer, my lord,
ठीक है,
so
चलिए।
my lord, any nearby place he may be adjusted, my lord.
नहीं, अब ये हमारा काम नहीं है।
My lord, I have already joined, my lord.
हाँ,
Once
ठीक
the
है,
transfer
ठीक
order
है,
has
ठीक
been
है।
executed, my lord, it cannot be cancelled, my lord.
ठीक,
The
ठीक।
similar order I have given them, my lord, in this case, my lord.
लिख लीजिएगा, मेरिट पे ही चाहते तो लिख
No,
लीजिए।
no, my lord, merit पे नहीं, my lord,
Kumar Singh has produced order dated 9th February 2023, passed by a coordinate bench in WP 3182/23, saying that in case of executed transfer, coordinate bench refused to show any indulgence in the matter. Next para. However, facts of that case are different. Shri Akhilesh Singh admits that in that case, private respondent was neither relieved nor his representation was decided against him, as is the case in the present writ petition. Full stop. Therefore, merely joining at Bada Malera is not a sufficient circumstance to draw parity. Full stop. Thus, there being no parity with the orders of the coordinate bench, principles of parity will not be applicable. List this case in the week commencing 20 March for confirmation of stay/final disposal.
और चिप सर्टिफिकेट